Do you feel like you're not happy enough most of the times? Do you want to feel do you want to be more happy more often? You should watch this episode of this show. Welcome to the show that still hasn't decided on a name yet. I guess it's either Moving Robin or Robin on Air, or maybe it's just both, because I can. And yeah, so today we're talking about a topic that is very dear and important to me, and that topic is, guess what, not happiness. I just realized how dirty my glasses are. It's not happiness. Well, it partially is. The main topic we're talking about is contentment. Because in my humble opinion, and especially in my experience, happiness is worth so much less than contentment. If somebody would have told me a couple of years ago, don't try to be happy, but be content, there's just a lot of things wrong with that sentence, but let's just start with how I would have felt about it. I would have thought that person is crazy, because why on earth would I be happy with content? Happy with content? No, why would contentment be enough for me? Why should I just stick with contentment? It's not enough. Happiness has to be the big goal. Well, first of all, you know how I feel about goals. You can find more about that in the show notes. I've already made an episode about that. But the thing is, being happy is a very temporary feeling, a very temporary emotion. And if you think about it, it's this big rush of endorphins, this big rush of dopamine, actually, that just flushes through your entire body. And you usually just have it in very specific situations, like when you're with friends and something really cool happens on a sunny Sunday afternoon. You're just like, wow, this feels amazing, I'm super happy now. And somehow in our society at the moment, especially on the whole Instagram, Facebook society part, people just give us the impression like we have to be happy all the time, and like we have to have this dopamine rush all the time. There's a fat fly in here. But that fly is having a dopamine rush at the moment. Adrenaline, anyway. Do flies have adrenaline rushes? I can't talk anymore. Anyway, it finally sat down again. So we're being told that, or we're made believe that we should have this this dopamine rush all the time. We're not flies. This dopamine rush all the time. And I imagine having that all the time, having this amazing feeling every hour, every second of the day, every day of the year, every year, until you die. Do you think that would feel special anymore? Do you think you would feel happy anymore? No. And that's because happiness is actually not, by nature, not designed to be a permanent thing. It's something very temporary. And if we weren't sad every now and then there wouldn't be such a thing as happiness. It just wouldn't have the same effect. It's kind of like light and shadow. Without light, there's no darkness, and without darkness, there's no light. So how can we, as humans who strive to improve all the time and who strive to feel fulfilled, how can we get to a point without feeling happy all the time that we can be content with? And that is actually the secret. Contentment is the secret, not happiness, because contentment, quite in contrast to happiness, is not a temporary thing. It's a very permanent, it can be a very permanent thing. It can be temporary, but for me it's pretty permanent most of the time. So, what does contentment even mean? If you've reached a state of contentment, it doesn't really matter if you are happy or sad in that moment, because you can be content knowing that everything will be alright and you will be fine, even when you're sad. And you will know that you will feel content no matter if you're happy or not. This contentment is just always there. It's this general contentment with your life. And how do you get there? How do you get there? You get there by being grateful for the things you already have. This is another point where I criticize people who talk about having this big vision and this big goal for your life. Because you live in the future if you constantly focus on this goal. This is just one of the many reasons why I don't like goals that much. But if you live in the future, you can't really be grateful for the present, that at least not as easily. So instead of thinking about what you don't have, start thinking about what you have and what's amazing in your life, what is good in your life. It doesn't have to make you feel super excitedly happy, but you will start feeling a sense of contentment. A sense of knowing that everything will be alright, whether you have a vision or a goal or not. And it will make it easier for you to enjoy life. And I think this is what everything is ultimately about. And I think this is what everybody is trying to achieve with their big visions and goals anyway. To enjoy life. And maybe to make a difference in other people's lives. But ultimately, that also leads back to you feeling fulfilled and enjoying life. Because that's why you're trying to make a difference in other people's lives. That's why you're trying to earn more money. That's why you're trying to be liked by more people. It all comes down to you wanting to enjoy life, because this is very, very human. So with those words, I'm gonna leave you today. And yes, please make sure, if you enjoyed this show, and if you enjoyed this episode, to subscribe. And if you have any comments, please feel free to comment. I'm also on Twitter as Moving Robin. So yeah, besides that, I can't wait to talk to you, because your comments make new episodes, and new episodes make new comments. We are having a constant conversation here. So go on, chat with me. Can't wait to hear from you. And I wish you an amazing day. Bye.